Yeah, man, what's up with it? Just here to do a quick video on my Texas Longhorns. Been meaning to do this video, the last few days, but I've been busy. But here you go. It's about our head coach Steve Sarkisian. You know what I mean? It's been a lot of people hating on the hire. You know what I mean? Longhorn fans and non-Longhorn fans. You know what I mean? You got the Longhorn fans, like some of them. Oh man, we should have just kept Tom Herman, man. Steve Sarkisian, he's not a good coach. He not. Man, listen, don't listen to them motherfuckers, man. Those are the Tom Herman protectors and supporters, the ones who put all their hopes and dreams into Tom Herman when we first hired him. They thought he was the savior. They thought he was this guru. You know what I mean? And a lot of them are feeling very salty because they were wrong. You know what I mean? They don't want to let it go. They're stuck. They are in denial. You know what I mean? And the non-Longhorn fans, it's nothing more they would love to had happen was for Tom Herman to stay our coach, especially fans of other Big 12 teams. Of course, if I was a fan of another Big 12 team, I would have wanted Tom Herman bum ass to stay as our coach. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, Steve Sarkisian, man, this was a excellent hire, and I'm not gonna sit here in front like he was on my radar because he wasn't. You know what I mean? Because I honestly I didn't believe he would leave Alabama, at least not right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, I didn't think he would leave to come to Texas. But I'm glad they hired him because I'm telling you, this is a damn good hire. And the people who hating on him, they want to say, man, look at his overall record, yada yada yada, a bunch of bullshit. Talk about, he didn't do shit at Washington, but what they like to leave out is the year before he got to Washington, they went 0-12, bottom of the fucking barrel, roster full of, I mean, I won't even say mediocre players, bottom of the barrel players. You know what I mean? And no, he didn't get to the point where he got him back to the Rose Bowl and shit like that. But he had so much work he had to do. He got him back to some bowl games and brought some respect back to that program. You know what I mean? And then after he left, they even, he left the program in a far better position than when he got there. You know what I mean? And he did a good enough job to where USC, come calling for him. You know what I mean? And they some people saying, oh, the USC was a complete disaster. When in actuality, his first season, he went 9-4, including a victory on the road against, I believe they was number 8 at the time, Ohio State. You know what I mean? So then the following year, he had this little issue. So then from there, after that, he went to Atlanta, get that experience, in the league and being around professionals. And, you can't do number game knowledge going to the next level. Then, the last couple of years he's been in Alabama. You know what I mean? You have to look at this, man. Yes, Alabama has always had a decent offense, but Alabama offense have never looked the way it looked like it has in these past 2 seasons since Steve Sarkisian have took over. Number 3 one year, number 1 another year. Ain't never looked this good. Never. You know what I'm saying? So he came there and just opened that offense wide open and just explosive plays every fucking well. You know what I mean? And and I believe being at a top-notch program like that, Alabama, he can't help but, pick up those good habits that they have over there, that Nick Saban is doing, and bring that over here, and he will. And let me tell you something. The people who saying we should have kept Tom Herman and Steve Sarkisian is not no better. Let me tell y'all something. One thing we don't have to worry about with Steve Sarkisian, he's gonna get the ball into the playmakers' hands. You know what I mean? He's going to draw up plays and put the offense in position and scheme up plays to get the ball into the best player's hand. And I'm gonna tell you another thing. We won't have to worry about the best player sitting on the fucking sideline wasting away. We won't have to worry about him feeding the ball into two unproductive players. We're not gonna have to worry about him playing fucking walk-ons over, talented scholarship players. I tell you that much. You know what I mean? We are not going to have to worry about him dealing with, and I'm glad, Sam declared for the draft. Get his ass on up out of it. Ain't nothing personal. Like I said before, I believe he a good dude, whatever, but he just ain't a good quarterback. And I guarantee you, a coach like Steve Sarkisian not gonna stand there and you see a guy who's limited and stick with him. He gonna put the best players in there. You know what I mean? And he's a good recruiter. He puts his quarterbacks. He got a quarterback friendly system. He's gonna put his quarterbacks in the best position to succeed. You know what I mean? And this all stuff that Tom Herman didn't do, man. You know what I mean? I heard the players love Steve Sarkisian, and that was the total opposite of Tom Herman, who was an arrogant motherfucker who thought he was the smartest person in the room, and he just rubbed people the wrong way because of himself, not because of nobody else, because of himself. And I seen some people, some dumbass Texas reporter saying, Tom Herman left the program in a better position than what Charlie Strong did, which is some bullshit, because they act like Charlie Strong just left this motherfucker, the cupboard was bare, which in actuality, Charlie Strong had top recruiting classes as well. And he left a lot of fucking talent here for Tom Herman. Because Tom Herman was winning with Charlie Strong players. You know what I mean? Opposed to when Charlie Strong took over the job and Mac Brown, which I respect Mac Brown, and I appreciate the stuff he did for the program. Not in his later years, but when he was in his prime. And he left the fucking cupboard bare for Charlie Strong. You know what I mean? And Charlie Strong was set up to fail anyway. He wasn't the first, second, third, fourth, or fifth choice. Only reason Charlie Strong got the job because nobody wanted the fucking job at the time. You know what I mean? And when Charlie got the job, man, nobody, the boosters, Charlie Strong really had no support here except from the players who loved him dearly. And that's something Tom Herman can't say, because the players didn't love Tom Herman, man. Nobody wasn't sad about this motherfucker leaving, man. When Charlie Strong left, he didn't have a lot of success here, but the players fought hard for him, and they loved Charlie Strong. Man, you don't see nobody sad. The only motherfucker sad about Tom Herman leaving is these dumbass Tom Herman supporters and protectors and other Big 12 teams. You see the players, Bijan Robinson including, these dudes here has posted on social media how they ready to get to work, and they not worried about no motherfucking Tom Herman. They want to win. They want to they ready to get this new system in there with Steve Sarkisian, because they see what it is. We got the talent here, man. We got the fucking talent. We got top-notch talent here, bro. We just had terrible fucking coaching. You know what I mean? And don't get caught up in the fucking names, bro. Don't get caught up, some of these motherfuckers, man, we ain't get Urban Meyer, man. Yes, I want an Urban Meyer too. You know what I mean? Or Brian Kelly or Matt Campbell. But we didn't get none of them. But I'm happy with the Steve Sarkisian hire. Let me tell you something. Don't get caught up in them names, man. I'm telling you, like I told y'all before, I remember when Mac Brown got hired. You know what I mean? It was a lot of people in the Longhorn Nation not feeling that, man. They did not want Mac Brown. They wasn't excited about Mac Brown. Man, look what he did. You know what I mean? He bought us, he got us a national championship with Vince Young. We would have had another one had Colt McCoy never got hurt in the first fucking quarter on the first drive. We would have beat Alabama. You know what I'm saying? So don't get caught up in the big names. Tom Herman was a fucking big name. Tom Herman was a so-called can't miss. Tom Herman was this fucking genius guru, a savior, all this shit. And look how that shit worked out. Look how it worked out. So don't get caught up in it. Don't let them haters tell y'all Steve Sarkisian is just another Tom Herman, because he's definitely not that. You know what I mean? This is a damn good hire. Watch this man. Mark my word. Watch Steve Sarkisian take us to the next level, and watch how we have the success that motherfuckers thought we were going to have with Tom Herman. Watch how Steve Sarkisian handle his business, man. This is a damn good hire, man. And far as some of the people I hope that he keep on the staff, I hope I hope he keeps Stan Drayton, which I heard he was, because the running backs, they love him. You know what I mean? He's a good coach. Brian Carrington, the director of recruiting, I'm hearing a lot of people, want his services. I hope, they can try to persuade him to stand, because he's a key figure in their recruiting, man. Damn good recruiter. And let me tell you something. I know I bashed Chris Ash early in the season, but one thing about me, I give credit when credit is due. And I don't just be bashing a motherfucker just cause. We was looking like shit early in the season, but Chris Ash, to his credit, man, he had them boys playing, man, and they look damn good. So I wouldn't be mad if they brought him back as well, but I don't think they will. But if they don't, I hope they bring somebody in with a similar system and don't try to switch the whole goddamn thing up. You know what I mean? Bring somebody in who running a similar system, with 4 down linemen. We don't need to go back to a 3-4 type defense or nothing like that. You know what I mean? Bring somebody in with a similar system if you're not going to keep Chris Ash. Other than that, the rest of them coaches, man, they can go, man. Bring your guys in, Steve. You know what I'm saying? I support Steve Sarkisian 100%. You know what I mean? I believe he going to do a damn good job, and I can't wait to see. You know what I mean? Until next time, man, I'm going to holler at y'all.